Hey everyone, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm on the road, but I'm still in Calgary. I'm just outside of the laundromat, the laundry room it's called in Kensington. I'm still too busy and poor to get a new washer and dryer in my apartment, but this is my Calgary Stampeders game day video post. Calgary Stampeders game day for Saturday, September the 17th. We are hosting the BC Lions at home at McMahon Stadium, and I'm going to say this is a big game for both sides, as second place in the West Division is on the line. I mean, the BC Lions have played one less game for their schedule, so they're 8-3. While my Calgary Stampeders are 8-4 coming in this game, and this is the second of three of the regular season series, and first of back-to-back, because the Calgary Stampeders and the BC Lions will be playing each other again next Saturday, but in BC. However, after that throwing 41-40 win for the BC Lions last month, I'm going to say both teams are going to look a little different a month later. It's amazing what changes a month does, but I mean, for the BC Lions side of the ball, I mean, Nathan Rourke unfortunately has his injury, so Nathan Rourke won't be playing, and I understand that Vernon Adams Jr., the quarterback that they recently acquired from the Montreal Alouettes a couple weeks ago during their bye, he will be getting the start for the BC Lions, as he has actually seen the Calgary Stampeders before. If you go back to the home opener at the start of the season, back when he was a Montreal Alouette. And then my Calgary Stampeders, well, since we've been on the Jake Maier bandwagon, this will be his fourth start at quarterback. And I'm going to say, on average so far, it seems like he almost puts up 100 more yards than Bo has before the change. So we're going to see Vernon Adams Jr. and Jake Maier facing off against each other, and on the field, not at the same time, but you know what I mean. And then I'm going to still say we're going to have another running game. I mean, Kadeem Carey is the leading rusher, so I'm definitely looking the chances actually for the Calgary Stampeders, because I'm going to say since the Nathan Rourke injury for the BC Lions, I think they trended down a little, and they're still in flux with Vernon Adams Jr. They also have Antonio Pipkin, another former Montreal Alouette who played some time last week in Montreal, and the BC Lions are going to probably be a little grouchy after losing to that game in Montreal last week as well. They probably got tired of hearing that horn that you hear at Montreal Alouette games, but I'm going to say the Calgary Stampeders, despite taking care of the Elks, no problem. Once again, up in Edmonton last week, I think the Calgary Stampeders are going to be a little on the grouchy side too when they see the BC Lions, because I felt last week with that loss, when we lost 41-40, I think the Calgary Stampeders, I recall, they were up by 12 points, I think 30 to 12, or no, 30 to 18 at one point in that game, and that was in the third quarter, and that was despite Nathan Rourke putting out the big numbers. And then, I mean, credit to Nathan Rourke at that time, there were a couple third and longs that if he didn't get a first down on those plays where he found Brian Burnham on one play, I recall, the game would have been over and Calgary would have won. So credit to Nathan Rourke right there. But I think the Calgary Stampeders, I felt, let that game slip away a little. So I think you're going to get two teams that are going to be hungry, desperate for each other, because, like I say, this is second place potentially is on the line. And if the BC Lions were to win tonight, they take the season series with the Calgary Stampeders, and that would be the first tiebreak with the jockey for playoff position. I mean, Calgary's already lost 3 straight to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, but if you look at the standings, yes, we do have 2 more games tonight and next Saturday against the BC Lions. However, I got a feeling that these two teams are going to be playing each other on Sunday, November the 6th at the West semifinal. It just still has to be determined where, but a lot is going to happen tonight. But I'm just expecting both teams, I think if you're doing over-under, I think this would be another game you can take the over. I'm going to expect a lot of offense in this game, a lot of big plays, especially if the defenses get involved in scoring themselves. Not expecting another like 56-28 kind of game or a 41-40 kind of game, but I think this game I could see both teams putting up at least 30-plus points tonight, and I'm just looking forward to this matchup. That if you like offense, I think this will be the game for you. And then I guess the other big reinforcement that Calgary Stampeders will be getting back tonight is Sean McEwen at center, our star center. Thankfully, he's healthy, and actually, if you look at the depth chart, we have our regular offensive line unit fully back for the Calgary Stampeders. Definitely be huge, to protect, the quarterback, whoever's behind center, if it's either Jake or Bo or even Tommy. Because last week, Tommy Stevens ran for 4 touchdowns on the short yards play and keeping the holes open for Kadeem Carey or Peyton Logan occasionally in. So that's all I have for this Calgary Stampeders game day. A big second-place showdown between the Calgary Stampeders and the BC Lions, setting up potentially it could be a rubber match game next week in the BC Lions. And I'm going to say both teams are looking different right now from a month ago, simply on Nathan Rourke's injury and the fact that Calgary has moved Jake Maier up as starting quarterback. Bo is still with us. He's still on the team. He's just now the backup, which looks a little strange, but, as long as you win, whoever's back there, that's all that matters. So anyway, to close out is say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans' journey, home the Flames, Hitman, Roughnecks, Stampeders, as well as the Calgary FC, and I think pretty soon I'm going to have to say the Wranglers, because the Calgary Wranglers have moved here from Stockton as our AHL team. So, like I say in this channel, I mostly do talk Calgary sports where I recap stories and games. And speaking of games, I am going to make an announcement video here shortly once I get home on what I plan to do with game recaps. I'm definitely going to need to change how I'm going to do my game recaps. So expect my announcement video plans on that, because I just don't have time to make the game recaps like I used to, and I think it'd be all for the better in terms of content, but I do have a variety of non-sports content, keywords being when I've had time with personal vlogs, attempt to comedy, also do share my experience today I'm on the road. We're at a sporting event, so if that all sounds like be interesting to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, you know what you do, just make sure you hit like, subscribe. I have my other social media links down in the description below, and of course I have my second channel in Brett Hornby Shorts, where I exclusively put my short form content on there. Let's say, for example, after the game tonight at home, once I get home from the crowds and settle in, I'll do my quick post-game recap on what happened, and hopefully this time, unlike a month ago, the Calgary Stampeders will be on the right end of this one. So as I say, go Stamps go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, and watch for my announcement video on what I plan to do to change up my game recaps, because I haven't had time to even get started on my Calgary Stampeders this month, and that's part of the changes that I'm going to announce as well. So thank you.